Hello everyone, it's Rhonda, your Cheshire Canary. I hope you've been enjoying the musical additions to the site. It's that time of year where everything's coming to a head and there are performances after performances. So I hope you're enjoying them. Look me up on Facebook, Rhonda Frame Torch Singer, and like me there. That tells you when I'm performing and where, and a little bit of my musical activities. And if you would, like and share that page around as well. Today I am going to be talking about the concealed carry here in the state of Ohio. As you know, I am a licensed NRA Basic Pistol Instructor, which allows me the honor to teach people how to carry in the state of Ohio, as well as any safety things they need to know as a basic pistol shooter. And I'm very honored to be able to do that. It's been a passion of mine. I love to teach, as you know, and the fact that there are 1,000 or so people out there carrying a concealed carry permit, or at least applied for one, that I taught, is really an awesome feeling. A lot of people have been asking me recently if I'm still carrying. I live in Columbus, Ohio area. We just had a really major event where a Somali refugee decided to use his automobile as a weapon of destruction, and just basic butcher knives that he picked up at like Walmart, I believe. So yes, I still carry. Could I have been carrying if I'd been in the area? Well, yes and no. Okay, the Ohio state law as it stands currently is firearms are allowed on higher education campuses. That's, college, community college, that kind of thing. They are allowed on the campus. The only time they're allowed to be outside of the vehicle is when you're securing it, like you're carrying it on you and you need to secure it in, say, your trunk. You're allowed to have it outside of your vehicle at that point, and it is allowed to stay in your vehicle on a college campus. Now, that is the law. There's a lot of places considering allowing or disallowing, or continue to disallow, firearms on college campuses. Here is my personal opinion. On college campuses, they have security there for your safety. I actually talked to one of the campus police at the Columbus State Community College last night, and he kind of had the same idea I did. There are people there that are there to protect the students and the guests and faculty and staff of the community college. They have a number of hot button poles in parking lots and whatnot that you can hit for emergency help, and it will totally clean out the office that they're in. There aren't a lot of those posts, though, and if you don't look hard enough and think about it, finding those posts are a little difficult. My feeling is, and as the law stands now, each college can make the decision to allow firearms to be carried concealed on their own. Okay? The way the law is stated now. You can make that individual decision. Here's a nice compromise that I'd like everybody to consider. As responsible citizens of the state of Ohio, anybody who has a concealed carry permit has been background checked and safety trained. Okay, anything beyond all of that, training and marksmanship, for lack of a better word, that is a responsibility of the person choosing to carry their firearm. The first thing after thanking people in the service that I say in my classroom is I congratulate the people for making the decision to be educated and to carry a concealed firearm in the state of Ohio. That was a huge decision. It's a huge responsibility to consider. The second thing that they needed to start deciding from that moment on, and this is the beginning of my 8-hour class, is if they choose to carry every single day and they keep up on their training and practicing and whatnot, you need to decide now whether you are going to discharge your weapon for the safety of yourself and your family. Okay? This is not a decision you need to make when you're walking around with a little .38 special or a .22 revolver in your purse or something else strapped to your hip or in a holster underneath your arm, however you choose to carry. This is not the time when you're facing a threat to make the decision, am I going to discharge my firearm and protect myself and my family or not? It is a very deep, emotional, earth-shattering, conscious decision that you need to make. Once you make that decision, you need to consider and evaluate how you're going to keep yourself as a responsible citizen carrying a firearm. How often are you going to go to the range? How often are you going to clean your firearm? How often are you going to practice just drawing the firearm from your holster? The NRA has several different insurance policies that you can get, one of which is called second call. After you have to use or even brandish, just draw your firearm, and you call the police department to let them know what has happened and where you are and who you are. That's a whole nother topic. That second call insurance gets you an NRA affiliated and Second Amendment and your state's law attorney there for you as soon as possible. In major metropolitan cities, that's usually pretty quick. If you discharge your firearm, you will be going downtown. It's just a fact, because they have to do the paperwork, and whether the person is no longer with us or they're in the hospital, this is just procedure they have to go through. That second call insurance has an attorney there for you who is on your side to make sure that all of your rights are protected. So that's something that you need to consider. Do you want to have that done? Or do you know someone that you want to keep on retainer? Or confer with them about your Second Amendment rights and would they be available? This is something you really have to consider. It's more than just discharging your firearm. It's a lot more. And that's a decision that you need to start making as soon as you decide you want to take the classes, for instance, in the state of Ohio, to carry a firearm. Now, since we've done all of this, background checks and training, if you are needing to be on a college campus a lot, like I'm there 2 days a week, and then students are there, every day, if not living there. My compromise is that people who are conscious enough of the problem that certain people have just with the existence of firearms, that they go through a registration process with the campus. It's not registering, hey, I have a gun and this is its serial numbers. It's not that. It's a way that you can go into the campus security office, the campus police department, show them your concealed carry permit. Don't take the firearm in the police department. Just don't. Don't even have it with you when you would go do this. Go into them, tell them that you would like to apply to carry your firearm with you, and maybe somewhere on the application there would be a justification why. For students, I have late night classes. For faculty, I have late night and day classes that makes me walk in certain not so open areas that people could be hidden. Unfortunately, that would not have helped in the situation that just happened at Ohio State. But in my situation, I'm on campus at night, in the evening. There's a lot of people going in and out. There are times that I have my child with me as well, and I want to be able to protect myself and my child. And then it would be up to the criteria that each campus would set out guideline-wise whether or not, yes, you are approved to carry your firearm on your body on campus. Would they blanket give it to anybody? In all honesty, I don't think they should. I believe there's got to be some kind of way that they can prove that the people are doing continuing training. So that is my 2 cents worth as far as keeping or allowing firearms on college campuses. If you like this little talk, I'd awfully appreciate it if you'd subscribe and, down at the bottom, like, share it around. Let's start a conversation and see what people think. A lot of people were worried about my daughter and I. We were nowhere close to campus. So this is something that everybody needs to start talking about. So like I said, hit like, subscribe, share it around. I will see you very soon. And as always, keep smiling.